When you're shooting on film, it brings a different energy to the set. Just building an environment where people feel like they can just play. Okay, we're really making a movie here. Hi, I'm Alex Brooks.
And I'm Cleo Selander.
And we're here to talk about the making of my short film, Big Take.
Okay, we're in production. It's the first day of shooting. What's the first scene you shot, and how did it set the tone for that day?
That's a good question. The first shot that we did was the over-the-shoulder shot where Noah first busts into the room.
And it went well. It went smoothly, and everyone was like, all right, now we know this is going to be...
I think everybody else didn't. They were like, okay, let's get started. I was panicking. As soon as we started shooting, all the nerves went away. And it was just fun because I had prepared so much that when we finally got to the set, we could just play.
How was it working with actors for the first time?
When you're working as a first-time director, a lot of times you don't have access to professional actors. Like you're either getting your friends or family
right.
or, people who don't have a whole lot of experience. So you feel this pressure to kind of act through your actor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of show up to set and they're just waiting for you to tell them what to do.
Give you notes, yeah.
Right. So you're kind of like part acting coach, part director. And it doesn't lead to a good performance, in my opinion. What I don't want to do is try to get them to give me some certain facial expression or emotion that I have in my mind that I'm trying to get out of them. You know what I mean?
That
I think
isn't authentic to the character.
Exactly.
They're muscling it too hard.
I think actors can catch on to that pretty quick, and I don't think it's fun for them. I don't think that's very fun either.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I wanted to work with professional actors who, number one, wouldn't show up to set and just want me to tell them what to do. That's not what I want to do at all. I expect an actor to come to set having read the script, broken it down, each moment in the script. They go, okay, well, I could play it this way. I could play it that way. They come to set with prepared options for each emotional moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have a character already in mind. Obviously, when I casted them, we talked about their backstories and stuff like that. Not in a super deep detail, but I kind of just gave them a general vibe of who I thought this person was outside of this story. But I wanted them to build a character and to bring that character to set. I thought both of them did an excellent job of doing that. But to me, first take is... I kind of give them where we're at in the shoot because, again, we're shooting out of sequence, so it's not in chronological order. So I go, this is this part of the story. This is where we're at. Then I tell them what that character's thinking in that moment, and then I let them personify it. I let them show me their characterization of that. So that's the way I would structure the takes. I would let them go first, and then if I had any notes, we would do that version. And then if we felt like we got it, we would move on. Mm-hmm. If they wanted another one, I would always give it to them.
That's amazing. That's huge.
That's what I want from working with actors is
collaboration.
How
did you communicate with Theo?
That's also a good question. Because I'd never worked with a DP before. The way I figured it would work is he was the lighting expert. Pretty much everything to do with lighting, I left to him. Essentially, I would say okay, this is the shot. This is the frame that I want. This is kind of where I want the camera. I didn't know enough about lenses yet to know the exact focal length that I wanted him to use. I would basically kind of talk in extremes. I would go, okay.
I see.
Because I had my storyboards. I would kind of show him those, and then this is kind of what I'm looking for. They would be setting that up, and then I would get with the actor or both actors and just kind of walk through the scene with them. I would kind of just wait until they were done with lighting, and then we would shoot. It was a great relationship, though. I thought
that's great.
We worked really well together, and it went really smoothly, and I thought they did a great job. So,
for people that don't know, what are the advantages and disadvantages of shooting on film?
I think it's worth it to pay the extra price just because it adds so much texture and so much personality to your film just on what you're shooting it on.
Mm-hmm.
But an unexpected benefit, it brings a different energy to the set. It's like people just feel like they got to be on their A game. You know what I mean?
Discipline.
Yeah. It gives the vibe on the set a faster pace and people are more focused, but again, not in a bad way. When you're shooting on digital, obviously you can, not that you're just go, oh, we can do whatever, but you can just kind of keep rolling and keep going and blah, 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 blah. But with film, you could literally run out of film if you're not careful. So I knew I was going to have to be very stringent on how I set up the shoot and how many takes we can do. A lesson I learned very quickly is after the first take, when I was calling action, I like to think of it as almost like a quarterback saying hut. You know what I mean? Like there's like a cadence to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of would go, okay, like we're rolling, and then okay, action.
It feels
then,
like faster.
Right, exactly. After I said cut, feel very nicely. It was like, just FYI, like it'd probably be smarter if we went from rolling to action faster. So it's like, okay, got it.
So talk me through the chase scene. So you said you started with the laundry room and you did all of that, and then you moved to the street.
Yes, the way I structured it is I knew we were going to be spending most of our time in the laundry room. So we shot all the way up till about 4:00 in the afternoon, and then we moved it outside because of the lighting. Obviously, I wanted everything outside to be like Top Gun, like perfect California cool golden hour. And we didn't have any permits, so we were going fast. And
Gorilla.
yeah, it was right down the street from the apartment where we shot all the laundry room stuff. Yeah, it was just we would shoot quickly at one location, get what we needed, and get out of there and go to the next location. Shoot what we needed there, and then go to the next one. And again, the foot chase, as far as the storyboards and stuff like that, it ended up being pretty close to what I had planned. There were a couple shots in there that I ended up on the day just going like, we don't need this. Let's just get this shot.
Yeah.
We can do everything in this one shot, and then we'll go. But yeah, we got really lucky. FYI, I didn't know this. Do not run around in police uniforms if you're filming something. You can get in a lot of trouble. I did not know that. We got
you get
really
caught?
lucky. We did not get caught.
Very good.
We had one time where a cop rolled by, but luckily nobody was in a uniform at that point.
Good.
But yeah, you can get a lot of trouble if you do that. So do not do that.
One of those cops looked kind of familiar.
Yeah.
You're speedy. You're
I was
sprinting.
hauling ass, dude.
Yeah, you were.
That was one thing I told Theo in pre-production and with the chase. I don't want everything to look super pretty. Like we get what we get. The main thing is that it's the speed. I want to just capture the speed. So it took a little while for us to get the flow of how fast the camera vehicle was going versus how fast we were running. But usually by the third take, we were in lockstep.
What kind of vehicle did you have holding the camera?
It was like a U-Haul pickup truck. It was actually Theo's idea. You can rent them for super cheap, like $60 or something like that.
Nice.
You just set the camera up in the back of the truck on a tripod, drive down the street, and you just run on down the sidewalk as fast as you can. And we always were driving under the speed limit. We kept it very safe, but it was fun. Honestly, that I just remember there was this moment after we did the shot where John Scott turns the corner and the camera goes right by him. It took us a couple times to get the timing of that right because it's a little complicated. But I remember after we got that shot, I was high-fiving everybody. I was hyped. I was like, that was awesome. When we got back to set, we were all jumping out. We were all hyped up. The people who were now jumping into the truck, they were all hyped up because they saw how excited we were. And it was just a lot of fun, man.
Was there anything that you would have done differently?
I watched the movie now. All I see are all the mistakes. So there are tons of things I wish I could go back and change, but that's like bigger picture stuff. And I'm hoping to use those lessons on my next project. So yeah.
Do you think you'd work with any of the crew?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In a heartbeat.
Great. Cool.